but he still was pulling out a gun, so I slapped it out of his hand, and one shot. So then I shot it. I shot at him. I don't know how many times. I don't even think I hit him.
This is Kayla Heard. In June 2019, Texas police respond to a vehicle crash along a highway just east of Columbus. At the scene, they find Kayla. She tells officers that she hit a pole after being the victim of a robbery. Officers soon locate another vehicle that has driven off a nearby road and caught on fire. After putting out the blaze, they locate Kayla's purse and the body of 27-year-old Joshua Thomas. He has been shot to death. Needing to unravel what occurred, investigators arrest Kayla and bring her down to the station for a formal police interview.
All right. Well, if you would kind of go into, I'll tell you what, since they've got you in custody, I'm going to read you your rights. Have you ever been read your rights before?
Yeah,
okay. Let me, I'm going to get another pen. So you going to school anywhere?
Yeah, Stanton State.
It's a good school. Bearcats.
And
you're wearing their colors right now.
No, I was just thinking about that.
What are you majoring
in? I was majoring in nursing, but now I'm changing it to business.
Okay. My daughter graduated from up there for business or nursing administration.
Nursing administration, that's good though too.
Okay, what I'm going to do is read this to you. If you have any questions, just ask me, okay?
Please read Kayla her Miranda rights.
Kayla, if you would, what I'm trying to find out is, if you would kind of start the day out, what did you do today before you ended up down here?
I came to Columbus.
Yeah, do you live in Strickland Lane? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Actually, I went to surprise my dad in Houston. Then I came back. He wasn't there, so I had to go. It's a long story. You're not gonna hang my
I've got
off.
Because what I want to do is I'm trying to find out what's going on.
Oh,
you know?
okay. Yeah, okay. I went to surprise my dad for Father's Day in Sugar Land, Richmond area. Then I came back, took my grandmother from my aunts to Matthews, where I stay. Mm-hmm. And then, I just got dressed and, I talked to him. We're supposed to meet up and everything. And I said, okay, I'll see if I have time. So I was just chilling. I wasn't doing anything. So I was like, okay, we can, this and whatever. Mm-hmm. So, I don't like my time to be wasted and everything. So if I'm coming and I'm letting you know I'm coming, mm-hmm. my time, you know what I'm saying? Like, reply, let me know that, say okay or something mm-hmm. like that. So, I stopped, I pulled to it was a side road, and I was like, I called him, and I said, like, are you coming or not? And he's like, yeah, just stay there. And that's Taylor Street. I know. Okay,
go back, because you kind of lost me. I thought we were still talking about your dad. So now, okay. No, so you went to Sugar Land area, yeah, and your dad wasn't there, and you came back. About what time was that?
That was about 8 something.
In the morning?
8 something in the morning.
Okay. What time did you leave your house to go to Sugar?
I left last night. I didn't.
Okay. So
I didn't even come home last night. I went to get a tattoo.
Okay.
So after I got the tattoo, that's when I went to surprise my dad in Richmond. Mm-hmm. So, and then I came back, helped my grandma with some stuff, run some errands for her. And then, like I said, I met up with him.
Okay, who is him?
This guy's name is Josh. Now, I've known him for a minute, but, we never really talked, we never hanged out or anything. Like, I never really come here. So, unless I have to see information, obviously. Mm-hmm.
And like I said, right now, I don't care, if you were coming down here for something, be honest with me.
I understand that. I'm not worried about anything about anything but getting my stuff back. Mm-hmm. So,
So how did you make contact with this Josh guy?
I've been known him for I know him through my brother.
Who's your brother?
Rodney Carter. I believe that's his cousin or something. I don't know. Anyway.
Rodney, is he from Columbus, Rodney? Where's he from?
He stays in. He has stayed here before. So.
I know there's some Carters here.
Yeah. So
is that related to them or not?
Yes, he's related to them.
Okay.
But I believe right now he's in custody as well for a warrant.
Okay.
So I've known him like for a year. So we started kind of like, like talking / dating and everything for about, I wouldn't say like a month. I don't even say that, like probably 2, just put 2. So yeah, that's what I was carrying, we were supposed to go. Since my dad wasn't coming until way later for Father's Day. So I went to hang out with him. So on Taylor Street, I called him. He pulls up 30 minutes later.
So did you say y'all were dating at one time, or?
No. We're friends, but you know how we're just acquaintances before.
Mm-hmm.
We talked. It could be 1 month and 2 months and go by and we say something else.
Mm-hmm.
We just recently started. You know what I'm saying?
Okay. And
yes.
how did you communicate with him?
Through Snapchat, his number.
Mm-hmm. So you Snapchat, and then you also call him or you text him?
That's all social media, though.
Okay. I don't know much about it because I'm an old man, so we don't.
Yeah, because you can like really contact someone through anything. So.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So you made contact. Do you know about what time you made contact with him?
As when I called him, as when I met him.
When did you tell him that you wanted to meet him?
I don't know that time. I'm not sure.
Was it before lunch, after lunch?
It was after lunch. I believe it was after lunch.
Okay.
Because if you could get the time of the car wreck, when I was chasing him, that would be around that time. So after lunch.
Okay. So he agreed to meet you. Where were you at?
Me?
Mm-hmm.
Taylor Street.
Okay. Whose house were you? Were you at someone's house on Taylor?
No. There was houses back there, yeah. There was houses, but I don't know anybody.
So how do you know where Taylor Street is?
It was just a random street that I pulled over. I know when I'm going into Columbus. You know what I'm saying? So I was just like, am I making a blank trip? You get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's it. That's all. I don't even know anybody back there. So I assumed he did because he went the back way, and then the other 3 cars pulled up. So I don't know what was going on.
Okay. So did y'all meet at a house, or y'all met?
It was by a house with the red truck outside. It was by a house. It was like down the street from that, but the house is visible. You know what I'm saying? We could see the house could see us. So
Mm-hmm. And why would y'all? I mean, what was the reason to meet him there for?
He wanted to talk about some stuff, but the thing is, he had some marijuana. I don't smoke. I'm on probation.
Mm-hmm.
But my friend wanted me to see what it was while I was with him, like how I was while I was with him and everything like that.
What do you mean by that? I mean, your friend. You were by yourself, right?
Yeah, I was by myself. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
but my friend from Eagle Lake, which I won't say her name.
That's right.
She just wanted me to check it out and everything and buy it for her.
Mm-hmm.
I won't lie. So that happened. So when he pulled up, he got out, and I rolled down my window. That's usually how this stuff goes.
Mm-hmm.
And we chopped it up. It was regular conversation.
Mm-hmm.
And he had a gun. So obviously, if a gun is pointed to your face, are you going to give him your stuff or not?
Mm-hmm.
So I gave it to him. Then I got out of the car, and I'm just like, because we had been talking, I didn't understand. We had been talking, and so he would lower down his window, get away from my car, this and that. And I tried to grab my bag back, And then he pointed the gun at me again, so I slapped it out of his hand, and I took the gun and shot it at him.
Okay.
I don't know if I hit him or not. I don't know if I hit him or not or anything. But anyway, that's when he had sped off. And that's why I was holding on to the door so I can get my stuff. That's why I have the marks and everything like that.
Okay.
And then I fell, tried to get back in my car and catch up with him because I was going to call the cops. And that's when I wrecked, and here I am. So
let me get this straight now. So when you pull off, you're on Taylor Street. Which way did you come into Taylor Street? Did you come off the FM road, the road that goes to Eagle Lake?
Yeah. That's the one that goes by Eagle Stop and comes
FM 102.
I don't know really what it's called.
Okay, the road that goes from Alleyton to Eagle Lake.
Yeah.
The back road. Not Highway 71, the bigger one, but the back road, 102. It's it goes by Delgado's Record Service and all that. Okay. Okay. So you're coming from Eagle Lake when you came there. So did you turn it onto Taylor Street?
Yes. It wasn't just a random. It wasn't just like it wasn't a known street. It was just something I just turned on. You know what I mean? Because I seen it. It was empty. I seen houses. I knew I was following a bullet in there. So
where was? So did you tell me a while ago you had to wait on him?
Wait.
Did you have to wait for him to show up?
Oh yes, it was a while. I rode around that neighborhood for a minute. So that was about like 30 minutes, I want to say.
So which way was your car facing?
My car was facing this way. I was on the left hand.
Working to understand how the supposed robbery unfolded, investigators questioned Kayla about where her car was in relation to Joshua's vehicle. She claims that they pulled up parallel to one another with his car on her driver's side.
And what happened then?
After what?
When he rolls down or y'all stop and he talks to you, what happens?
Yeah, all normal. Then he just pulls out a gun, and my bag's in my lap. I keep my bag in my lap. And he takes my bag. I don't have anything else in the car. All my cash is in there, student ID, everything. You know what I'm saying? So that's dangerous for him to have anything like that. Title of my car, or my not life insurance, health insurance card, all that kind of stuff. So, he did that, and then he gets back in the car, and I get out because it's like that's like kind of shiesty, because how we had been talking. And we thought we were close, I guess. And then he was calmer then, I guess. But he still was pulling out a gun, so I slapped it out of his hand. And one shot. So then I shot it. I shot at him. I shot at him. I don't know how many times. I don't even think I hit him. But
did he shoot at you or?
It was. I don't know. He didn't shoot at me because I wasn't shot. But it was a shot that went off somewhere.
Was that out of the car or in the car?
I'm not sure. Once that shot, happened, I knew that, he wasn't, playing games. So I had to, get the gun from him.
Okay. Where were you standing or sitting when you got the gun? Passenger seat.
Like I was like basically reaching for my bag back, like trying to get my bag back, what she had in the passenger seat. So yeah, that's basically what happened.
So you were sitting in his car, or?
No, I was. He had his window rolled down, because I knocked on it, and I was like, what are you, this and that, and then, you know what I'm saying? I slapped the gun actually, so it landed in the seat. So I picked it up after he shot it, of course, and then I shot at him twice. But you see, the 3 other cars that pulled up, they left at that point in time. They left. Not 3 other cars. It was 2, including his. So, I'm holding on to the car as he's speeding away. And I'm trying to get my stuff back, and I had no idea where he went because he had to have been speeding fast because I got in my car and I drive a BMW. You know what I'm saying? So he just disappeared out of nowhere. And so I was coming so fast across wherever I went out to that I just completely ran into a pole and out onto the ditch. All my airbags came out. So
why? Why? So he pointed the gun at you while you were sitting in your car still?
No, well, he didn't point it at me. He just pulled it out, so you know what that means.
Okay. So he pulled it out. Did he say anything?
Give me the bag. The bag. Well, he knows that I have money. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So like, he's like, give me the bag and everything like that. You know, we have plans or whatever. We're gonna make plans. So he just said, give him the bag, whatever I had, stuff like that. And then he didn't point it at me until I got out of the car.
Sure.
And you know, I said, you know, we started, you know, yelling at each other. Like I told you, one shot went off towards me. I don't know where it went to. You know what I'm saying? So I slapped the gun out of his hand, tried to grab my bag, and before he pulled it off, like I was shooting at him, and I fell obviously because you can't hold on to moving car. You know what I'm saying?
So where's the gun?
He has it. I guess he has it. It's in his car.
So did you drop it back in the car? If you had the gun, how did he get it back?
No, I don't know. No. I shot, but I just dropped it back in there. I dropped it back in there.
What kind of gun is it?
I don't know. It's a black gun. So yeah.
Do you own any guns?
No, I don't own any guns. None.
Good. I'm still confused about the car part. You're gonna have to explain that to me. I'm gonna give you 2 pieces of paper, and I'm gonna draw it out for you.
Okay.
All right.
Or can I draw it?
Yeah, you're gonna draw it.
Okay.
Yes, you're gonna draw it because I can't draw worth of crap. You saw that. All right. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put driver. Okay. We'll just say this is the front of the car. Okay. Driver's on the left side, so we're gonna say the driver's here, and and we know you're on Taylor Street. So there's your 2 cars. Show me how you were parked, and show me which one is you.
This is me.
So, and you're facing, this would be,
You're both facing.
this would be, yeah, you're both facing the same direction. And this is going to be the 102, FM 102 that takes you to Eagle Lake. Okay. And y'all are pulled off, where are y'all? Y'all stopped on the roadway? So both cars are side by side on the road, or is one off in the grass? Or what's the story on that?
I don't necessarily know. I just was parked on the road.
Okay. So this is you here. Okay. So you're on the far right. Basically, you're talking across to him over here. At what point did you get out of the vehicle? Or who got out of the vehicle?
No, I wasn't talking to the passenger window. He got out to the driver's window.
Oh, he come to the driver's window.
Yeah, and then that's when he pulls out the gun. He wasn't pointing at me. He just, everyone knows what that is. It's like a setup type thing. And so he gets back into his car, and at that point, that's when I get out and I knock on the passenger door. Trying to talk him out of taking my stuff.
Okay.
And at that point, he pointed at me, and at that point, we start arguing and stuff like that. And then he shoots like something. I don't think he meant to shoot me. You know what I mean? I don't think he meant to do that anyway. But obviously that angered me. So I slapped the gun out of his hand, and I get the gun and I start shooting him. I don't think I hit anything.
Okay. How many times did you shoot at him?
About 2, 3, as many times as I could before he just dragged off. That's how I said. That's how the car ended. That's how the gun ended up in the car. Okay.
So he was driving off as you were.
Yeah, and I was holding on to the passenger door.
Okay.
Window, basically.
Okay. And his name is Joshua?
I know him as Josh. Yeah.
I got a picture. Is this him?
Yeah.
All right. So you got in the car, in his car.
Mm-mm. No, I never got in his car.
You never got in his car? Okay. So what did you, okay, so he's...
I was in the passenger window type kind of thing, if you that counts. And I don't want to lie.
Okay. No, that's fine. So, because you told me you got out of the car, and he got out of the car. So he got back, so where does he get your bag from?
My window.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when he comes to my window, my bag is it's either already in the passenger seat or in my lap. You know what I'm saying? That's when he gets my bag. And he gets back in the car. I get out, you know, try to talk some sense into him because, you know, obviously didn't think he was like that. You know what I mean? So that's
and you know, it doesn't really matter. Have you ever bought anything from him in the past?
Yeah, a long time ago. This was before I even got on probation.
Okay. And I know you were buying for a friend. Okay. How much were you there to buy?
Just probably like 3 grams, maybe.
And what does 3 grams run? I mean, I don't know.
I didn't $30. Sometimes, you know, it depends really.
It's
On the
whether
person.
if it's
Yeah,
what
but
it
you know,
is.
he
Is
never
that
said any of that? So I should have said, I should have known like something was fishy because he never said like, you know, he was responding late. Like he never said exactly, you know, if he had it or not. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But when he was there, he brought it, and it was a lot. So
Okay.
I don't know what it is.
So did you see him with a lot today?
Yeah, he had a lot.
Do you have any in your car?
No, I'm clean, sir. I'm a student. I just got on probation. I just had a felony case reduced to a misdemeanor.
That's good.
I'm not trying to get into any trouble. There's nothing in my car at all. Spare tire is only the uniform.
Okay.
No. Oh, and my judicial papers, which I would need, because I have it to me.
Well, what I'm going to do is basically what you're telling me is, you know, what I'm trying to find out is you told the officers that you shot at an individual. Well, we're just trying to find, you know, if this individual is okay or whatever. Okay? So that's where we're at and to find out what's taking place.
Well, I'm assuming he is okay if he drove off and, you know, he didn't.
Okay. Well, and that's what we're, you know, like I said, that's what we're looking into. Anytime something like this, and that's why I say I want to hear your story and I want to be clear on your story. Because I don't want to be sitting there going, well,
that right there is exactly what happened.
Okay.
And what I don't understand is why I had to waste my whole Father's Day here just because I was robbed. That right there is something that
sometimes they're not what it looks like on the outside, and we've got to look into it and investigate it. Because you know, and that's in the long run, it's going to benefit everyone in the situation because we get the true story. And no one's rushing to judgment on this, okay?
Okay.
I'm not saying you've done anything wrong, and that's where we're at right now. But what I want to do is make sure there's nothing there to make me want to, you know, any further, you know. There's nothing, no body in your trunk or anything like that.
What?
I'm just saying, you know. No hand grenade,
I'm
you know.
not that type of person.
Okay.
I don't do anything like that.
All right.
There's nobody's in my trunk. He just sped off.
All right. And like I said, what I'm going to do is I would like to take pictures of all your injuries. Okay. Mm-hmm. I would like to get a consent to search of your vehicle. Mm-hmm. I would like to get a consent to search of your phone. Mm-hmm. The only problem with the consent to search the phone is we're going to have to hang on to it for a couple of days. Probably till tomorrow and run it somewhere, but we're going to need your cooperation. Give us your password. You know what? If you got stuff in there, I'm not really concerned about it.
I do consent. No, I need my phone, so I don't consent to that one. But I consent to the search of the car and everything because I know that I'm innocent in this case. Mm-hmm. So I don't consent to the search of my phone. But the other two, I don't even know what you said. So okay. Yeah, I do have.
Okay. Well, consent to your car.
Yeah, because into car was the first one. It was into car, and it was.
Well, I was going to take some pictures of your injuries.
Oh, they already did that.
Okay.
Are you going to do it again?
Well, I'm going to do it because I got a little bit better camera.
Okay.
What make is your BMW?
It is a 325i.
Nice.
And my dad bought it for me. And he was very upset about this also.
Okay. Well, like I said, we want to get everything, get as much information to find out what's going on here. Were you robbed and you shot at an individual in self-defense? That's what we're trying to find out.
No, that's exactly what it was.
We're trying to find out that. We don't know at this point what is happening, and that's why I'm coming to you and talking to you about your side of the story of what took place. This bag of yours, what does it look like?
It is an MCM bag. It is black. It has like gold pendants on it. I should probably cancel my credit card. Okay. Oh gosh.
Okay, so an MCM bag with gold pendants. What do the gold pendants look like?
Diamond.
Diamonds? What's the value of your bag?
$1,200.
What?
My dad also got that from him, and his wife got it from me for my birthday.
Okay, what'd you have in the bag?
Insurance card, credit card, my ID, student ID, money.
Hang on, you're going faster than I can write. Student ID.
I'm sorry.
Okay, student ID.
Money.
How much money?
It was around $300. To the title of my car. I just have like a lot of my mail in there.
Okay.
Charger.
When you say MCM bag, are we talking like a purse?
No, we're talking about a backpack. You know the MCM backpacks like they have? They're real popular. You know the MCM bag they have?
I probably do. If I see it, I would be.
It's not a purse. It's like more of a backpack. But
it's kind of like a backpack.
You can switch it up how you want to.
For $1,200, the diamonds real?
No, it's not. It's just like it's from Germany. That's why it's just.
Oh, okay. But it's M as in Mary, C as in Charles, M as in Mary? MCM?
We worked at Katie Furniture, and there was a German there. She told me what it stood for.
So it is those initials, MCM? Okay, that's all. That's what I was asking. Okay. Anything else? Any jewelry in there?
Yes, and that's my grandma's diamond bracelet, and she's gonna kill me. That's my grandma's diamond bracelet that I wore.
So after he grabbed your bag, what do you do with the bag?
What do you mean?
Did he put it in the front, the back?
He got in his car. He was in the passenger seat. That's how I tried to grab that. Mm-hmm. He put it in the passenger seat. I guess he thought I was just gonna, just drive away with that bag. No, I don't think so. So, I tried to talk to him. I tried to talk nice to him at first. Mm-hmm. That didn't work and everything. So the situation escalated, and when is that told you?
So where was the gun when you knocked it away from him?
It was in his hand.
Where was he? How do you have it pointed?
He just he was just like, basically like, if you don't get away from my car, I'm going to shoot you. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And so I was like reaching for my bag. I was starting to reach my bag. Then that's when one shot went off. And I didn't slap it out the fan, but when I say slap it, I mean grabbed it. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So, and then I started shooting at him. Mm-hmm. And then that's when he just raced off. And I was holding onto the car. Mm-hmm. And I basically got drugged on the ground, so I don't think she got pictures of anything on me. But
okay, well, I'm going to get a female to take those.
Okay.
All right, so don't worry about that.
Okay.
But I'll get someone in the jail to take them for me. Okay. Trying to think what else I need to ask of you. So after he sped off, what did you do?
I got in my car and I started speeding off to look for him. And at this point in time, I have my phone. I'm about to call the cops. You get what I'm saying? Regardless of what I was there for. Mm-hmm. That, you know what I'm saying? I was going to call the cops. Went too fast around the curve, and there was actually a woman who seen it. But and so she was checking on me and things like that. And She asked me, do I need to call someone? I said, yes, can you please call someone immediately? You know what I mean? Because, like, I have no idea where he went.
Mm-hmm.
And I was probably assumed, I just don't even know.
Okay.
This is exhausting.
Okay. All right. Well, let me ask you this. Would you allow me to look through your phone with you present?
Sure.
And maybe take some pictures of y'all's conversations?
But we don't have any conversations. He blocked me. Because I called him back after. I was calling him, he blocked me. I know his number, though.
But I mean, in the snaps,
He blocked me.
So when did he block you?
When I was calling him on Snapchat. When he does stuff like that, he doesn't do it through the phone, his phone.
Mm-hmm.
He likes to do it on Snapchat.
Mm-hmm.
So he blocked me because I was calling him right after the situation happened. You know what I'm saying? And he did answer, and he just, said some stuff, hung up, and then I didn't realize I was blocked until later. Like that's when the police showed up and everything, and I was showing him the messages.
Mm-hmm.
I was showing some other officer the messages. And then he blocked me, so there's no messages of with him being him. Mm-hmm. There's no messages at all. That's why,
Because, the thing that concerns me is the officer earlier said he did see some messages in there.
Yeah.
Okay?
I showed him. I told you. He did. He saw stuff from 2018. That was the
And the thing about it is, I'm not concerned about that. Would you allow me to look and you show me?
What I'm telling you is the messages are no longer there. So that's what I'm trying to tell you.
Mm-hmm.
That's all. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Okay. Would you be able to show me that they're no longer there?
Yeah.
Like I said, I just want to look for myself. I'm not saying anything that you're lying to me or anything like that.
No, I can show you
all
that
right?
the messages are no longer on Snapchat.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And like I said, I'm not looking for any of your personal messages or anything else.
I understand that. It's just social media.
Okay. Let me do this real quick, and I want to walk out and talk to my supervisor real quick. Do you need any water or anything?
I do not. Do you know when I'll be able to go home?
I'm gonna see what I can do for you. Okay. I can't.
Do y'all have not you? Not
They've
you
got. I know they've got a hold on you right now.
Not you personally have completely ruined my day.
No, I'm sorry.
Just simply because my stuff was stolen. I haven't been here all day.
All right. What this says here is that you're allowing me to have consent to search of the car that we do have here at the location. Mm-hmm. Okay. Just need to get you to sign there that you agreed to allow it. Okay.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying not to. They wouldn't even give me a Band-Aid.
I can get you a Band-Aid.
This is fine. No, I'm just ready to leave.
Okay. Tell you what, let me look at your hands and stuff. Let's get the pictures real quick. Okay. Why don't you stick both of them out?
I guess this one doesn't matter. It's just small.
It matters. Everything matters. And the ones on the back, I'll get a female jailer to take or somebody. Get a female. Any on the other side?
On the other side of my feet, no.
Okay.
It was this on the side. That's the side.
So okay, your hand over here, how'd you get the injury there? You said you were...
These?
Uh-huh.
I was holding on to the open door for the window until I was dragged.
Okay.
From him driving off.
Okay. Let me go talk with my lieutenant real quick. Tell him that you don't want to do the phone. And I can understand you don't want to,
Yeah, that's personal. That's anybody. Mm-hmm. But I just will show you that the messages aren't there anymore. I will show you that.
Yeah, and like I said, any messages in between you and him, I would like to see. Okay?
Okay, yeah.
But let me go talk with him real quick, and I'll be back.
And can you ask him when I will be released?
Yeah, I'm going to do that.
Because I have to see my dad before he leaves.
Okay. All right. Give me just a few, okay?
All right.
Because I may need a call.
Released without charge. The Texas Rangers are brought into the investigation. After noticing inconsistencies in Kayla's initial statements, they bring her back in for an interrogation.
Man, it's kind of chilly in here. Holy cow. All right. So give me just a minute, because I've never gotten a chance to meet you before.
Okay.
So I got June 21st, 2019. It's 12:11 p.m. And like I said, I'm Jeff Wolf. I'm with the Texas Rangers.
Okay.
And I know right now they have your cell phone. We're going to try to get that thing back to you so you got that. I know what life's like without that thing. Well, is there another good number to reach you at? Is your grandmother's the best one, probably?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I've got that number because I called y'all yesterday on that. So kind of what's going on. The sheriff's office here had started the investigation from last Sunday, and they've asked if I kind of come and help them just kind of work through some of the things.
Okay.
And so that's typically what we do. We come in and just help them. We don't take over their investigation or anything like that, but we're here to help them any way we can. So sometimes we help them by just helping them with getting interviews or statements. Sometimes we help them with evidence. Sometimes we help them, whatever we can help them with.
Right.
And so that's kind of where we're at right now. So I know I didn't get a chance to talk to you Sunday when Investigator Guido was talking with you.
Mm-hmm.
And I know he already got some information, but I wasn't here for that. So if I could, I'd like to kind of start back over with you and just walk back through what took place on Sunday.
Okay.
And we'll kind of work through everything so we can make sense of it. Kind of one of my concerns, and it's what I told your grandmother. I've been doing this for a few years,
Mm-hmm.
and I worked narcotics down in Houston before coming and being out away from the Houston area. And I don't want to see some bad information get out and people to get upset with you.
Right.
And start trying to retaliate or come back at you for something.
It's a little too late for that.
So, well, you're still here. You
Right.
no one's gotten to you yet,
Right.
but I don't want that to happen. So part of that is us being able to clear up some of this so that I can kind of get out there and start letting folks know, hey, here's what's going on, what you're hearing is incorrect, and help kind of keep the wolves at bay, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So start with me on Sunday. Kind of what I tell folks is, while we're talking in here, it's important for us to be honest with each other. If you can't be honest with me, I'm not here to try to get charges on you. I don't care about your drug use, your drug history, or any of that kind of stuff. But I know it's there, and if you lie to me about that, we can have a bond where we can talk with each other. You can ask me questions, and if I can tell you the answers, I'm going to tell you, yeah, this is what's going on, or this is what's happening, or this is what you need to know. If I can't tell you, I'm going to tell you, I can't tell you that right now. I just can't. So if you want to ask questions, or you want to talk with me, we can do that. And on the flip side, I'm going to be asking you questions and want to talk with you. And I'd rather you tell me, I don't want to tell you that, or I'm not comfortable talking about that with you, versus lying to me about something.
Right.
Because here's the deal, I don't know you, you've never lied to me yet.
Right.
And once you lie to me, I'll tell you the same thing I tell my kids, we're off on a bad foot.
Right.
And it's real hard to recover that trust and for me to believe anything you're going to tell me.
Right.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
So let's kind of start. I don't want you to fear that if I tell them I use marijuana, I'm going to be in trouble for that, because you're not. And I got no reason. I'm not here about that. I'm not worried about that. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
There's been other stuff that took place, and that's what we're going to focus on. So talk with me. I know you were going to meet a guy named Josh on Sunday, so kind of talk to me about how that developed, how that unfolded, and where you met him at, and just walk me through what took place, okay?
Okay. Yeah, I met him on Taylor Street. I was there for a good amount of time before he got there. He pulled up about kind of 30 minutes later, and he got out the the driver's side, and came to my driver's side, and we rolled down the window, and it was a transaction that was supposed to take place for 3 grams, and before I could get the money out, I had a black MCM bag. I don't know if you're familiar with those or not, and he just snatches it out of the driver's side, and he throws it back to his car. And by that time, I'm out of the car, because like I said, I've talked to him before.
Okay, so have you ever bought from him in the past?
Yes.
Okay, so this wasn't the first time for you?
No,
to
it was not the
do
first
something
time.
like that. Is that typically how y'all would do it in the past, where y'all would just have a meeting location?
Well, you see, I knew where he lived and stuff like that. No, that was the first time we met there, though.
Okay. So would you normally stay in the car and he'd come over to you? Or did it just kind of depend on?
It just depended on the situation. Like, I hadn't talked to him for, you know, a good little minute before that. And, yeah, like I said, it just depends. We hadn't met up too many times, you know, because it wasn't.
Do you know about how many times you met with him in the past?
Just for like the drug transactions, or are you talking about period?
Yeah, how many times have you bought from him in the past?
I would say about 2 or 3.
2 or 3 times? Okay. But you've also talked with him outside of that,
Mm-hmm.
you know him away from that? Okay. And how long have you known him altogether? We're talking like 3 weeks, 3 months?
No, I've known him for a minute, but it's not like we were like close, too close, like we always talk like every single day.
Okay.
So I don't really know a time estimate on, you know, how long I knew him. But I met him, I believe last year sometime.
Gotcha. So if you wanted to re-up or get something from him, would you call him or would you text him or how would you go about doing something like that?
It would be like through Snapchat really, because I have him on Snapchat. I do have his number also, so it'd be either one.
But a lot of people use Snapchat. It's a
basically Snapchat.
more secure way to do it if you're doing it. So you reach out and what would he tell? Would you tell him you wanted to get some and he'd tell you where to meet at or ask you how much?
Yeah, basically like that.
Y'all cut it up over that and then just come up with a meeting location. So what time did you show up over there on Taylor Street on Sunday to start waiting on him?
I'm not sure what time. I won't lie to you on that. I'm not sure what time, but I believe it was between, you know, I think it was in the 1 o'clock hour, I believe.
Okay, around 1 o'clock.
Yeah, I'm not really sure about that.
And it took him a while to come over there?
Mm-hmm.
And so did you kind of stay in your car the whole time?
I did. Yeah, I see, I'm faced, you know, towards Taylor Road. I kind of pull up, you know, close to the road, you know. And then, you know, he comes from behind, which I thought was kind of, you know, weird. But he came from behind and, you know, we're side by side, facing the same exact way.
Oh, okay. So, and then he had to walk around his car to come over to your driver's side window. So did you have your purse on your lap and you were?
Well, at first it was in my passenger seat.
Okay.
Then I put it in my lap, and that's when I rolled the window down. It's like casual talk, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, he just yanks it from the my lap, which in the drive before I even get the money, you know, out.
Were you trying to get money out to give him money?
Mm-hmm.
Is that kind of what was taking place?
Yeah, basically.
Okay. If it's not, tell me.
No, that's what happened.
Because I'm just trying to make sure I understand everything clearly. So if I say something back to you and it's wrong, you're not going to hurt my feelings or be in any trouble for saying, no, that isn't how it went down, or you got it wrong, or something like that. So you're getting money out to give to him. Has he shown you? Are you at a point with him where you don't need to see it? You know, because
well, you know, I don't want to say I trusted him, but it was just like since we had met up before, you know, it's kind of like a laid back thing. You know, you don't really expect anything like that.
So, does he say why he takes the purse or give you any reason for it?
No, and you see, me, like, you know, knowing, you know, like I said, having a past relationship with me, that's when I get out of the car, you know, I go to his passenger side, you know, I start, you know, we exchange words, he lets it down and everything, and, you know, he has a gun.
Did you owe him for any previous stuff?
No, I never lot to even owe him like that, you know, so. Yeah, he has a gun and everything. You know, he's not, at first, you know, he's not trying to, but I reach for my bag. You see, I reach for my bag, and that's when he, like, lets one off. I automatically.
So is he sitting in the car at this point?
Yeah, he's in his car.
He went back to the driver's seat, sat down, and you walk up to where the front passenger, is that window down when you walk up to it, or did you open the door?
The window's down.
Okay, so you never opened the door or anything like that?
No, I don't believe I opened the door, no.
Okay, and when the window was down, did you see your bag or purse in the car?
Yeah.
Or had he dropped it?
No, it was in the car. It was in the car.
Do you remember where in the car it was at?
It was on the floor, I believe. It was on the floor.
Down by his feet, or?
No. It was on the passenger side.
Okay.
On the passenger side.
So, are you trying to get your bag at this point? Or are you still trying to get hooked up at this point, or kind of what's he saying to you?
You know, it's just a lot of profanity type
I'm with
things
you.
like that, and so like, yeah, he has the gun, and you know, when you let off a gun, that's scary. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So when you know that round goes off, you know, I automatically clutch the gun, like what do you call it, the barrel.
Mm-hmm.
You know, in case if you do shoot another one, it'll go through my hand first and not hit me, you know what I'm
Gotcha.
saying? So this is all through the window. And so at that point, you know, I have the gun now, you know what I'm saying? So I fire back at him.
Okay. So when you go back to the car to get your purse back from him, were you going back to get your purse? Were you trying to finish out the deal, or what?
No, I'm trying to get I'm trying to get out of there because, you know, at this point, you know, like, you're not to be trusted, basically, you know.
Right.
Which I was probably going to go to the police anyway about that. But still.
So, did you know he had a gun when you went back to get your purse from him?
No.
Okay.
Oh well, yeah, because when he approached my car, he had the gun, but you know he didn't point it at me or anything.
Okay.
He didn't point it at me.
He had the gun on him.
Mhm.
Do you know where he had the gun at, or what was he carrying it in his hand?
He had it in his hand, but it wasn't like a threat thing, you know. I didn't think anything of it. Like I told you, I've already bought from him. I knew he had him. You know what I'm saying? It was nothing like that. At first, I did not fear for anything. You know what I mean? Because I had met up with him before.
Okay, so he came walking up. He had the gun. Do you know if it was in his right hand or left hand?
No, I'm not really sure. I'm not sure. Like that is still, you know, all a blur. Everything happened so fast.
So he had the gun in his hand. He reaches in, grabs your purse, and goes.
What's
back.
a backpack?
Or backpack,
Yeah.
and goes back to the car, and sits down in the driver's seat. And so you're going to grab your bag back, right?
Yeah, that's
Okay.
my
And so
intention.
when you walk up to the window, does he still have the gun in his hand, or do you have it sitting in the car someplace? Do you remember?
It's still in his hand, I believe.
Okay. And so when you come up, do you remember where he fires that round at, or like like did he fire into the dash of the car? Did he try to shoot out a window, or was he shooting at you? Do you remember where the wind?
It came towards me. I'm not sure if it came out of the window or not.
Okay.
You
And
know?
so where were you at when he?
I was like kind of, I won't say right in front of the passenger window, but I was like by the mirror, you know,
Okay.
kind of thing, like basically talking to him through it, like, you know, trying to talk him like basically out of it.
Okay. And so what does he do? To kind of walk me through what you see as far as the gun coming up and what takes place.
As far as I see what, like, because at that point I'm just, you know, reaching in, trying to get, you know, him from shooting into my hand before he shoots at me again.
Okay. So while you're at that front mirror, had he already shot? Or
What?
you're up by the front mirror of the car and then he shoots out?
Repeat that?
You were saying, I may have misheard you, you were saying you were standing at the mirror on that front passenger
Like
door?
the side mirror.
The side mirror.
Uh-huh.
So he shoots out while you're standing there or while you're walking up to it?
No, he shoots out when I reach out to get my bag.
Oh, okay.
That's what he does.
So you reach in to grab your bag
Uh-huh.
and it's on the front seat, is that right? Or somewhere in that area?
Yeah, and that, you know, I believe it was in the front seat to begin with.
Okay.
And
So you're going to reach in and grab it?
I
Try
hadn't
to get out, I guess?
I hadn't reached to grab it
Okay.
yet. I did reach to grab it, but I didn't get it. Basically, what I'm saying, I never, you know, it wasn't successful attempt. Then that's when, you know, like I told you, I clutched the barrel with my hands.
So
and
he's already fired one round off?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And do you know about how close the gun was to you when it went off?
I mean, like, I wouldn't know, like, give you, like, you know, feet or anything. I wouldn't know about that. But, you know,
Okay.
they're pretty close. He's just in the driver's seat. I'm outside the car. We're pretty
Gotcha.
close.
So when he shoots the one round off, are you afraid he's going to shoot another round off at you that time?
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. So that's when I, you know, grabbed the gun.
Okay.
And, like I said, I fired shots back at him.
So you fight over the gun with him and take the gun from him. And while you're doing that, does he start trying to drive off or fight and get the gun back, or what's kind of taking place?
Well, it happened, like I said, it was a fast thing, you know,
Mm-hmm.
like I twisted it around, you know, I back a little bit, and I shoot twice at him, and, you know, I'm getting close to the car so I can get my things out. Still, that's when, you know, he just floors the thing, and I'm holding on. Now, I clutch to the car.
Gotcha.
I'm driving on with the car, but eventually, you know, I have to let go.
Right.
Because, you know, that's painful.
So when you fight over the gun to get the gun, are you able to stand kind of stand outside of the car door and shoot at him so you can get your bag back?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And at that point, I guess I'm trying to describe this. He's not driven off yet. Is that correct?
No, he hasn't drove off yet. Like I told
But he
you,
still has your bag in the car.
My bag is still in the car.
Okay.
My bag is still in the car. And so, you know, when after I'm done with that, you know, my intention wasn't like to shoot to,
Right.
yeah, it was just to, you know, get my stuff back. You know, at that point, he just, you know, so I get closer to the car. And that's when, you know, he just floors it. And so I clutch onto it, you know, I clutch onto the door. And, you know, he just drives off. And so when I'm on the ground, you know, I'm kind of hurt, you know. So I walk back to my car and I start shooting flying, but, you know, I didn't know which way he went.
Right.
So, but I can only guess which way he went. So that's when I had my wreck. And then the police are just like nearby, so I just tell them everything, you know,
Gotcha.
at that point.
So when you shoot, when you get the gun from him, and then you're shooting back at him because he's still got your bag and stuff in the car.
Mm-hmm.
When you're shooting back, are you leaning in the car while you're shooting, or are you kind of outside of the car? Does that make sense? Like
No.
if you're the driver,
Oh,
if
no,
you're
no.
in the car, are you in the car with the gun shooting, you know, kind of point blank right there, or are you kind of a few feet back?
Now I've gotten back, you know, in
Okay.
case he had anything else in the
Gotcha.
car with him. I've gotten back, and so like after I shoot, like that's when I race to the car. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get my bag, you know, I'm trying to open the door and everything.
Gotcha.
And that's when he like floors off.
Okay. And so you still had the gun in your hand, I guess, when you're holding on to the car and he starts to drive off.
And I believe that the gun fell, and it was never my intention to keep the gun.
Okay.
You know, I believe it fell off inside of the car.
Gotcha.
You know, if y'all didn't find it on the street or anything,
Right.
it's in the car.
It should be in the car.
Right.
And you know how many times you fired?
I'm gonna say like twice.
Okay.
You know.
Did you
I'm
try
not-
to fire more and it didn't fire, or were you just shooting 2 times and then stopped?
I just shot enough times so I thought that, like, you know, I can get my stuff back. That's
Okay.
all. I'm not really.
Okay. So have you ever shot firearms before,
Yeah, I've shot in a firearm before.
and pistols?
Well, basically just like with the older uncle or something like that. You know, I'm a country girl.
Do you know the difference? And I ask all this because I'm not trying to insult you or nothing, but some people don't know anything about guns.
Right.
And other people know a whole lot about guns, and some know a little bit, but not much. Do you know the difference between a semi-automatic pistol and a revolver?
Can't say that I do.
Like a revolver is the kind of gun, we call them a wheel gun. It's got the cylinder in the middle that kind of
Like a
folds
cowboy
out.
type
Yeah,
gun.
like a cowboy
Okay,
kind of
yeah.
gun. You put the bullets in, you close it up, and each time you pull the trigger, it turns and goes to a new bullet. It turns, and it shoots one at a time each time you pull the trigger. And a semi-automatic is a kind of a pistol where the magazine goes in the bottom. You got to rack the slide to put a round in, and then when you shoot, it's called a semi-automatic because it functions like that, where each time you shoot, it slides back and reloads on its own. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Do you know if this gun was a semi-automatic or a revolver?
No, I don't. It wasn't, if a revolver has a spinning wheel, it's built slightly different. So I'm guessing this was just like a pistol, like, it was like a pistol. Like, it wasn't I don't believe it was a revolver at all.
Okay. Wasn't like a cowboy kind of
No,
a gun?
no. So
Okay.
if that's what, no.
Do you remember what this pistol looked like?
I just know it's black.
Okay. So after you shoot at him, we think you're outside of the car.
I'm outside of the car.
Okay. And do you know about how far back you are from the car whenever you shoot?
I don't.
Okay.
But I'm like, you know, getting back, you know, because like I said,
You don't know if he's got
any-
another gun or
Exactly.
something like that. I'm with you. That's smart. So once he starts to drive off, you're still trying to grab your bag out of there, and he starts to go. Obviously, you're not going to be able to hang on and
Yeah, I know.
hurt yourself really bad that way. And then when you try to catch back up to him, is that when you had your crash?
Well, now that I'm thinking of it, I really think my reaction time to get up from the ground was, you know, slower than I thought it was because,
Gotcha.
you know, when I, you know, sped off, you know, after him, I'm looking, you know, one way is Alleyton, the other one's, I don't see him anywhere. So I'm thinking, maybe he went over the bridge. So I just speed that way. And I'm not realizing how fast I'm going because, at this point, it's just like, everything I own is in that bag.
Yeah.
And so I completely fly off the curb. Like they said, I was going at a very fast rate.
I think you're kind of lucky you didn't get hurt real
Yes,
bad
I am,
doing
because,
that.
all the airbags came out. My whole car was totaled.
So while you're, I guess you go past where he went off the road. So during the incident, do you know if you hit him with any of the bullets? Does he say
I don't
anything to
believe,
you, or-
I just think that me shooting is what, caused him to speed. I don't think he expected me to hit the gun from him or not.
Gotcha.
But
And he didn't say anything to you about, oh, you shot me, or
no, he didn't.
nothing like
No,
that?
he just, floored. And that's when, I'm basically forced to hold on to the car, you know what I'm saying?
So how much money did you take there to purchase from him? And it looked like he had
I had money.
buds in the car, and it looked like it was good stuff. It wasn't some cheap ditch weed or nothing like that.
Right. What did you ask? How much money I had in my bag?
Yeah, or how much did you take to go buy from him? Were you gonna buy like $100 worth?
Oh, no. I was only supposed to get 3 grams.
Okay.
I was only supposed to get 3 grams.
So how much were you gonna pay for the 3 grams?
He didn't, sometimes, we negotiate. It didn't get to that, you know what I'm saying? It didn't get to any of that.
What would you expect it to pay for
Probably
the 3
like
grams?
45.
Really?
45, yeah.
Okay. So, how much did you have in your purse altogether when you went there? Do you know?
I think I had it was almost 300.
Okay. Did he know you were bringing that much money?
He knew I had, he knows, I have money, but I don't think he knew that. Because how would he know, that I was bringing that much money?
Gotcha. Yeah, well, I didn't know what the conversations were or any of that kind of stuff.
Okay.
So there was his vehicle had caught on fire and burnt a little bit. So as we're going through that car, there was a bunch of different property in the car. There's speaker boxes, there's clothing, there's all kinds of stuff around in that car. So really the front engine compartment's what burned, but there's a bunch of stuff in the car that we're trying to figure out who belongs to who. So I know you're saying you had a bag that he took and put in the car, but I also know he had some of his own personal belongings in the car that his family wants to get back also. So we're trying to sort through all that. So the bag that you had, what color was it? Do you remember?
Black, yeah, it's black MCM.
Yours was the black MCM bag. And it looked like it had on the straps or whatever, had some buckles or something maybe. Up higher, down low. It might have been down by where connected to the bag.
Kind of spikes type things, or what do you mean?
Just more like a metal buckle type deal, not like a belt buckle, but a metal holder on it. It's kind of a weird deal. Maybe it's where it connected to the bag itself. The bag that we found in there had like some lotion and stuff in it. Would that have been the bag?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That's some lotion in there.
Do you know what kind of lotion it was? Because if this is your stuff, I want to get it back to you. If it's not your stuff, I don't mean this rude, but I don't want to give
Right, I
this stuff
understand
over
that.
to you.
I don't know what kind of lotion it was, honestly.
There was a little blue plastic.
Yeah,
egg
that's my
looking
grandma's.
container.
Yes, that
Okay.
is right. And it's really little, like
Yes.
a hotel bottle.
Yes.
That's it.
Okay. So that blue plastic thing belongs to you also? But you said that's your
A
grandmother's?
blue plastic.
It almost looks like a little blue plastic egg looking thing.
Yeah, that's a chapstick. It's chapstick.
Okay, chapstick. That's what it looked like that. Some of that stuff it got dirty during the fire department spraying water and everything else in there. It looked like there was a pill bottle that was in there. It burned a little bit. So there's just the lid to it. You're not in trouble. There was no pills or drugs or anything in there, but it looks like it's almost like those little Walgreens pill bottles. There was some paperwork in there from Blue Cross Blue Shield.
That's mine. Blue Cross Blue Shield. I don't know about any pill bottle, but
And it might have been
it
a
could have
different
been
kind of
mine. It
container.
could have been mine because I have kind of a lot of stuff in there. Could have been, anything. My grandma's or whatever. Could have been anything, but I don't remember
Okay.
that.
So on your cell phone, I know you want to get that thing back. I know you initially were letting officers kind of look into it. I know you may have stuff in there you don't want the officers to look at. Is that something you'd be willing to get us the password to it so we can get it back to you sooner? Or is that not something you'd be willing to do? So where I'm at, I've got a search warrant for the phone, and I've got a guy in Austin that I take my stuff to. He works for the state police with me, and he's got the technology to hook up, and it'll just take him longer to go through the phone without the password. Get the password, he goes through the phone, we get the same stuff, and then I get the phone back to you probably Monday. Does that make sense?
That's something you would have to take up with my lawyer.
Okay.
I was told like just to let him know all that kind of stuff.
Gotcha. Well, it's not something your lawyer can't give me permission or give me the password, so it's something you would give me the password if you're willing to, and then he has that, he gets in, dumps the phone, and gets it back to you. If that's not something you want to do, that's something you say, I don't want to do that.
Yeah, I don't want any parts in that. It's just some.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So, I don't know what, I can't tell you, it may be 2 or 3 months on the phone, it just depends.
That's fine, I'm not really, I don't want it anyway.
Okay, you're done, you're good with the phone?
Yeah,
All right.
it'll be replaced.
All right, so when you get done and you leave, did you know any of his family member or his friends? Did you talk to any of them?
No.
Have you ever met any of his family or friends?
No, not really.
So how did you meet him or get to know him?
Like I said, I'm from Eagle Lake. He's from Columbus. I met him through a couple of people actually. You know, he's a local guy, kind of, sort of, you know.
Was he a partier, or is he kind of hit the party scene, or did you meet him out?
No, I don't go to parties. I don't.
Okay.
Not,
I didn't know if he went to clubs or parties or anything.
I'm not sure about
So,
anything like that. Like I said, I don't want to get too much deep into like our, you know, we had talked before on a deeper level than, like you know, kind of a dating wise thing, but it wasn't
Gotcha.
anything serious.
The two of you, have y'all ever hooked up before?
As in,
Like hooked up?
as in sexual relations?
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
nothing like that.
So everything was kind of casual with it.
Yeah,
you know?
casual. It wasn't, like I said, it wasn't serious.
Okay. So when you got that pistol or that firearm, you don't know much about those guns. Is that correct?
I know about the guns, but when you asked me, it wasn't a revolver.
Okay, so we know it was a semi-auto.
Okay.
You're saying it was black in color. Do you know how to load and unload those kind of guns?
Yeah, I know how to unload and load them. If I, you know, it'll take me a little minute or longer, you know.
Have you ever unloaded or loaded those kind of guns before? Where the magazine comes out, bullets go in the magazine goes in the gun?
I believe so, at least, yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, were you worried that when you took the gun from him, it wasn't going to shoot, or did you know it was going to shoot? You weren't
Well, if
worried
he
about
just
that?
shot at me, I mean, I thought I would expect it to shoot back.
Okay. So
Yeah.
sometimes guns have safeties though, and if you don't rip the safety right or take the safety
I
off.
wasn't thinking about that.
Okay. When he shot at you, did you think it was a warning shot to get you to back off, or do you think he was trying to
You
kill
know,
you?
at this point, I'm not even sure. At first, I would thought it was a warning shot because, you know, you're trying to get your, you know, but it could have been anything. I'm not sure, but at that point, you've shot still, period, you know?
Yeah. So when you were going back over to his car, did he bring any weed over to your car whenever y'all were trying to do the transaction?
No, I don't think so, no.
It'd be tough. I mean, if he has a gun in one hand and he uses the other hand to
Exactly.
grab the purse, he wouldn't have any more hands to be getting weed out.
You know, it could have been in his pocket or anything, but so I don't want to just answer
Right.
anything completely. I don't know.
But you didn't see him. He wasn't carrying a bag up to you or nothing. When you went back over to his car to get your bag back, was he getting weed out to try to sell to you at that point, or do you think he was trying to jack you for your bag?
You said when he came to my car?
No, when you went back to his car to get your bag back.
No, yeah, did I think he was trying to finish the transaction?
Yeah.
No, because, you know, why would you know?
Right, I agree. It
That
wouldn't
doesn't
make
any sense.
It wouldn't. If he was there to try to jack you for your bag, it wouldn't make sense for him to be getting marijuana out trying to do
Yeah,
a deal
that's
with
what
you
I'm
or
saying.
something. So, And you've never bought like that from in the past? Like you wouldn't know if he kept marijuana in the glove box or the center console or?
I wouldn't think any smart, dealer would do that. But
I know.
I'm just saying. I'm just,
Do you know where he kept it normally when
No.
when you do deals? But he would just bring it over to you?
mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, like I said, it depends. It depends if, I get out. It depends, what I'm saying. But at this point, I didn't really, he got out before I even.
So have you ever, I know you said you've only bought from him probably 2 or 3 times. So of those 2 or 3 times, did you ever go to his car and buy from him at his car?
Well, no, there was one time I put up to his house or wherever he was, and he got into mine.
Okay,
He
so
got
you
into
got in your
mine.
car and
Yeah,
y'all did the deal
that
in
was
your car.
that was like sometime last year. I think that was one of the first times.
And then how have the other transactions gone down?
I don't remember those other ones really too clearly.
Okay. When was the last time you bought from him though?
It's been a while. I'm not too sure. It could have been months,
Okay. How often do you buy? Do you buy quite a bit or?
Well, like I said, he's not the only one, that
That's
I
what
buy.
I mean. That's
Oh.
do you re-up every week or every 2 weeks or?
Well,
once a month?
this particular, it wasn't for me. You know what I'm saying? This was, my past drug addictions have not been from weed. It's been from pills.
Okay.
And so, like I said, that was for a friend.
You're buying for a friend?
Yeah.
Seriously?
Mhm.
Okay. I worked narcotics a long time, and I've never met anybody that would go around and buy for their friend. They hook them up with a dealer or take them
Yeah,
to
well,
a dealer.
I don't really,
They
talk to too many people and you're like, as you know.
Okay. That's putting your neck out. That's
Yeah. So.
okay. So, what other kind of firearms do you own?
I don't own any firearms.
Okay. And I guess the reason I'm asking is when we recovered that black MCM bag, it has ammunition in it. So we're trying to figure out how that ammunition got there, because the sequence of events don't really add up for him to have time during all this stuff to put anything in that bag.
Got ammunition in my bag?
Mm-hmm. So if it's something you had from an older deal, that would make sense. Like if it's something another boyfriend had put in your bag or some other guy put in your bag, that could make sense or explain it. But we're trying to figure out how that would have ended up in there, because the timeline of the events where the bullet hits him, he survived seconds. I don't even think he lived a minute after he was shot, just because where the bullet hit him at. Which is kind of why his car went off the road like it did. It never really crashed. It just went off the road and he was dead before he knew he was dead, basically. So we're trying to figure out kind of, we actually found 2 different kinds of ammunition in your purse. So we're trying to figure out if that may have been something you had in there that you forgot about from a previous deal, or kind of what the circumstances on that are.
I don't recall any other ammunition in my bag.
One's like a box. I think it may have been federal ammunition. Does that sound right? It's not a real big box. It's a smaller box. And the other's
I don't recall any of that.
The other's a loose bullet that was down in the bottom of the purse, and it was looks like a little bit of 32 caliber. Real small bullet.
I don't recall any. I don't know anything about that.
Okay. I mean, and that's where I say, if there's a logical explanation for it, that's fine. I mean, that would at least make some sense. But there's really no other explanation for how it could have got there, based on the timeline of events, and kind of where the bullet hit him. Like I said, he was, not trying to be morbid, but he was dead before he'd even been shot, I think. So once in a blue moon, we have bullets hit people in the right spot. But I didn't know if you knew if that's something maybe someone else you knew may have put that in your bag by accident, or
I can't recall anything right now. So I'm not really sure about that right now.
Okay. Is that more something you don't want to answer for me?
I'm just not sure of it right now. It's something I have to let you know.
Because that probably would have been in there with the money and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Does that make sense?
What would have been in there with the money?
The bullets, the ammunition.
Would have been with my money?
Yeah, it was all in the purse.
Oh, no, I'm not sure.
The black holster that was in there, does that make sense?
A black holster?
Mm-hmm.
No, I have no idea about any of that stuff right there.
Okay. So we kind of need your help because where we're at, you're cooperating, you're helping us, and some of what you're saying adds up with some of the evidence that's in the scene, but some of it doesn't add up with the evidence in the scene. And those inconsistencies are kind of what's creating a problem for us. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And it sounds like that front passenger side window was down, and there's shooting evidence inside the car, and it's consistent with the bullets having come from your direction over to his.
Right.
But it's not consistent with, for you to have bullets in your purse but not to know anything about them doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Do you want to think, is there something you can think of for how that those bullets might have been in there and you forgot about them or something along those lines? They're in there with all the other items that we talked about that were in your bag.
At this point, I'm just not sure about that.
Okay. Is that something you just don't want to tell me about?
It's just something that I'm not going to say to incriminate myself.
Okay.
Any further, whatever this is, you know what I'm saying?
Gotcha.
Without, thinking clearly about, how they, whatever.
Okay. Is it possible that you showed up with the gun that day and that you were trying to jack him for the weed?
No, I'm not that type of person.
Okay.
Not at all.
So when we look at things, one of the things we do when we talk to folks and do an investigation is we kind of look at the evidence, because the evidence is stuff that typically doesn't change. It doesn't have a voice in that it can't talk to us.
Right.
But it is what it is. It is where it falls and where it's at and located, and in that it can't lie to us either.
Right.
Whereas when we talk to folks, sometimes people will tell us one thing because they're trying to deceive us, or they don't want us to know the truth, and other times they may not just remember something, and that's explainable too. But so when we look around in the car, the awkward things are that there's, the gun over on the driver or on the passenger side, the magazines over on the passenger side, the cartridge cases are all on the passenger side. The bullet defects that hit him are coming from the passenger side to the driver's side and through the passenger or the driver's side door over there. But there's no shooting evidence over on the driver's side going towards the passenger side. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
And then we also have your bag over there. Your bag has ammunition in it. Your bag has money over there with it. And he has marijuana all around him over on the driver's side, which is not consistent with him having gotten out of the car and been trying to do a drug deal over at your car door. Because it sounds like, from what you're telling me, when he got back in his car, you came over and he already had the gun out and stuff, and they weren't trying to do the transaction. So I'm trying to figure out how he got marijuana out and all over him and all this stuff going on. Does that make sense? What sounds more consistent, and this is just me looking at all the evidence in the deal, is that you're over at his window, he's got the weed out and trying to sell to you, and something else goes wrong that takes place, and that you ended up shooting him on that side of it.
No,
it's a lot more plausible with the evidence.
I never went to his side for anything.
No, you would have shot from the passenger side over at him.
Okay.
We want to talk more about kind of what really happened on the deal?
I've given my statement, sir. So, like, any other questions, I'm pretty sure I need to have a lawyer present.
Okay. So, I guess what you're telling me is you don't want to tell me what really occurred. Because
That's not what I'm saying. It's just like you're saying something that's completely twisting, what I've already told you what happened. And so it's just like...
Well, what I'm trying to do is help you understand that what you're telling me doesn't make sense. It doesn't add up. So when I talk to folks, I've got 3 kids, and they make mistakes. They do things they're not supposed to do, and being younger, they'll sit there and try to tell me something else occurred with it. And what I tell folks is, it's kind of like when I walk in the house and my kids are standing there next to the cookie jar, and the cookie jar is empty, and there's cookie crumbs all around it, and they got cookie crumbs on their fingers and cookie crumbs on their face, and I say, did you eat all the cookies? And they say, no, I didn't eat all the cookies, it was someone else. And I mean, they can tell me all day long they didn't eat all the cookies, but at the end of the day, they got crumbs on their fingers, crumbs on their face, crumbs all around, and they're over there by the cookie jar. It leads me to believe that they were actually eating the cookies that were in the jar. And so I understand that some bad stuff went down this last Sunday, and there's a reasonable explanation for it that'll coincide with where the evidence is located at. And I understand you're probably in a position right now where you're really probably nervous or worried about being in trouble for what went down out there. My thing is, when my kids make that mistake, when they say that I made a mistake, I messed up, and they're willing to take responsibility for that and apologize for it and try to make things right, I feel 10 times different towards my kids. And their punishment, everything that occurs after that is much different than when they sit there and just keep lying to me about it.
Right.
Knowing good and well that I know the truth, and they know that they're lying to me about it. So a lot of times when I talk with folks in here, it's not just a matter of trying to figure this out, it's also about trying to help you relax, help you get some peace of mind back, and help you get your life back where it needs to be. Mm-hmm. And I feel like you're carrying a weight around with you. I feel like you got a lot on your chest right now. I think you and I both know something different went on than what you've been telling myself or than what you told Sergeant Guido. And I want to afford you the chance to be honest with me is what I'm telling you.
I understand that.
So you have the choice. There's 2 sides to every story. You have the choice to be honest with me if you want, or you can tell me that you're done and you don't want to talk with me anymore. And the way our legal system's set up, I'm not going to force you to talk to me or anything like that. I've asked you to come in here voluntarily. Mm-hmm. You came up here, and I appreciate that. But the problem is, one of the things I wanted to do was talk with you about some of these inconsistencies and give you a chance to be honest with me and kind of correct some of those things. Yeah. And that's what I'm asking you to do, I guess, is to be honest with me and to help me work through this.
Yeah, I've given my statement, sir.
Okay.
And any other, further questions I'll need my lawyers.
Okay. So it's my understanding that you don't want to tell me the truth. You want to be done talking with me at this point and finish up. Is that where we're at?
It's not about the truth. It's just about me not having any.
For me, it is about the truth. And so that's all I'm seeking. I'm not here as an advocate for Josh. I'm not here as an advocate for you. I'm simply here as an advocate for the evidence and to figure out what the truth is. And we've talked, but we've also talked about why it's not plausible or doesn't make sense. And if we don't want to go down the road to give me the truth of what actually occurred, that's your choice, that's your decision. But I want to make sure you know that you have that choice. Mm-hmm. So if we're not going to do that, though, I don't want to waste your time or my time. Does that make sense? So you don't want to...
Yeah, I'm done. Without a lawyer, I'm done.
Okay. Well, you don't... Here's the deal with the whole lawyer thing, and I don't want you to have a misconception. You're not charged with anything, so you don't automatically you don't get the right to a lawyer, but you do have the right to stop talking to me if you don't want to talk with me. Okay. Once you're charged with an offense, you do have that right to have an attorney. So if you don't want to talk anymore, just let me know I don't want to talk with you anymore, and we'll kind of stop. If at some point you do change your mind and decide, you know what, I probably should be honest and tell the truth, all you got to do is call me. I'm going to leave, you got my cell number, I'm going to leave my business card, you can pick the phone up, I don't care whether it's midnight tonight or 2 weeks from now, and you can call me and say, actually I want to make things right and talk with you again. And I'll meet you any place, anytime, wherever you want to do it at, and we can kind of go back over and work through it, okay?
Yes, sir.
Does that sound fair?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, I appreciate you coming in. Is there anything else you want to pass on that I may not have asked or gotten a chance to talk with you about?
No, I just take your card. Like I have Sergeant Vito's card and everything, and if I remember anything, I can call you guys.
Okay, definitely. So I'm gonna leave this with you. This has my office number, but I'm gonna mark everything out except for my cell. because the office goes to a driver's license office and the phone rings off the hook. So that way you got all my contact info on there. At any point, like I said, if you change your mind and you want to kind of go a little bit more in depth on this, we can kind of clear up anything that you'd like to clear up.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Let me get you out of here. I got right at 12:50, 56, 12:57. I'll walk you back up there and get you out of here. I appreciate you colleagues calling back and coming up here.
Kayla Heard is arrested for the murder of Joshua Thomas. Police theorize that she and Joshua had been casually dating and that she had arranged to meet him that fateful day in June. When he arrived, she got out of her car and leaned into his passenger side window, where she tried to rob him. The robbery went wrong, and her purse fell into the vehicle as she shot him. He then sped away, soon dying from his injuries and careening off the road. Having no idea about this, Kayla chased him, only to have an accident of her own along the way. At trial, Kayla pleads guilty to the homicide, as well as to possession of a controlled substance. She is sentenced to 20 years for the homicide and 12 months for the possession, to run concurrently.